Good day. This is the fourth presentation that I have for participant-oriented evaluation approaches. This time, I will be presenting about empowerment evaluation. What is empowerment evaluation? Empowerment evaluation is a stakeholder involvement approach designed to provide groups with the tools and knowledge they need to monitor and evaluate their own performance and accomplish their goals. It is also used to help groups accomplish their goals. This definition is verbatimly taken from the author, Fetterman David, 2017, written in Empowerment Better Evaluation, entitled Empowerment Evaluation. Further, according to him, empowerment evaluation focuses on fostering self-determination and sustainability. It is particularly suited to the evaluation of comprehensive, community-based initiatives or place-based initiatives. Empowerment evaluation was introduced to the field of evaluation in 1993. It has been used in remote Amazonian regions as well as corporate offices of Hewlett-Packard in the Silicon Valley. Empowerment evaluation has been used by NASA or Jet Propulsion Laboratory to educate youth about the prototype Mars rover, townships in South Africa to create sustainability community health initiatives, the United States Department of Education's Office of Special Education and Rehabilitation Services for what? To foster self-determination, and with Native American tribes to build technological and economic infrastructures on reservations. Further, it has also been used to address academic distress, accreditation in higher education, minority tobacco prevention, and medical education. Empowerment evaluation is international in scope. It is applied in over 16 countries. There are two streams in empowerment evaluation approach. First is the practical empowerment evaluation, and the second is transformative empowerment evaluation. The first, which is practical empowerment evaluation, is designed to enhance program performance and productivity. It is still controlled by program staff, participants, and community members. However, the focus is on practical problem solving as well as programmatic improvements and outcomes. The second of the two streams of empowerment evaluation is transformative empowerment evaluation. Transformative empowerment evaluation highlights the psychological, social, and political power of liberation. People learn how to take greater control of their own lives and the resources around them. The focus in transformative empowerment evaluation is on liberation from predetermined conventional roles and organizational structures or ways of doing things. In addition, empowerment is a more explicit and apparent goal. Now, let's talk about the theories that guided empowerment evaluation. First, here is empowerment theory. It focuses on gaining control of resources in one's environment. It also provides a guide for the role of the empowerment evaluator. The second theory is self-determination theory. It highlights specific mechanisms or behaviors that enable the actualization of empowerment. Third theory is focuses on process use. Process use cultivates ownership by placing the approach in community and staff members' hands. It assumes that the more that people conduct their own evaluation, the more they own them. The greater the sense of ownership, the more likely people are to consider their findings credible and act on their own recommendations. The fourth theories encompasses the theories of use and action. They explain how empowerment evaluation helps people walk their talk and produce desired results. Additionally, a theory of action is the espouse is the espoused operating theory about how a program or organization works. This theory of action is compared with the theory of use. The theory of use is the actual program reality, the observable behavior of stakeholders. Here are the core principles of empowerment evaluation. First is improvement. Empowerment evaluation is designed to help people improve program performance. It is designed to help people build on their successes and re-evaluate areas meriting attention. Community ownership. Core principles still, we have community ownership. Empowerment evaluation values and facilitates community control, use, and sustainability are dependent on a sense of ownership. So, in order for empowerment evaluation to succeed, there should be ownership with those who are involved in the community of evaluators. Third is inclusion. There should be involvement, participation, and diversity. Contribution must come from all levels and all walks of life. When asking for participation, democratic participation is a guiding principle. Participation and decision making that happen during empowerment evaluation should be open and fair. Yes. Number five is social justice. Evaluation can and should be used to address social inequities in society. So it should address problems relating to social justice. Of course, the community knowledge is very important in empowerment evaluation. Hence, it respects and values what are the knowledge that are existing in the community being observed or being evaluated. Not only the community knowledge, the seventh principle is evidence-based strategies. So, empowerment evaluation respects and uses the knowledge base of scholars. This is in conjunction with community knowledge. There should be knowledge base from scholars whom evaluators or the community that uses empowerment evaluation should be using or should be um, adhering in order to guide them in their steps or the process that they are undertaking during evaluation. Number eight is capacity building. Empowerment evaluation is designed to enhance stakeholders' ability to conduct an evaluation and to improve program planning and implementation. There should be organizational learning during empowerment evaluation. Data should be used to evaluate new practices, inform decision making, and implement program practices. Empowerment evaluation is used to help organizations learn from their experience, like building on successes, learning from mistakes, and making mid-course corrections, because we can use empowerment evaluation technically during formative evaluation processes. So you can have your evaluation as formative evaluation. Finally, empowerment evaluation is focused on outcomes and accountability. Empowerment evaluations functions within the context of existing policies, standards, and measures of accountability. Empowerment evaluation asks, did the program accomplish its objectives? I would like also to emphasize that accountability is very important since evaluators are stakeholders or the participants of empowerment evaluation are stakeholders of the program or the policies being evaluated. There should be accountability. They should learn how to persist or persevere during the process of evaluation, because I read one article that says sometimes um, empowerment evaluation do not succeed because the evaluators or those who are involved in the evaluation process do not have full accountability of their responsibility during the process. Here are the primary concepts that we can find or are new to us in the empowerment evaluation process. The first is critical friend. Who is this critical friend? A critical friend is an evaluator who facilitates the process and steps of empowerment evaluation. They believe in the purpose of the program but provide constructive feedback. They help to ensure the evaluation remains organized, rigorous, and honest. So you need a critical friend not only during evaluation but your day-to-day experiences in life. We need a critical friend who will be so honest with us to provide constructive feedback or constructive criticisms. We need that critical friend also in empowerment evaluation. The second is culture of evidence. What is this culture of evidence in empowerment evaluation? Empowerment evaluators help cultivate a culture of evidence by asking people why they believe what they believe. Community members and program participants are asked for evidence or documentation at every stage so that it becomes normal and expected to have data to support one's opinions and views. So, um, we have just recently um, accredited. Okay, so the accrediting team came, and yeah, we need the culture of evidence. We should have evidences of what we believe, what we do, so that they will believe that we are really doing that. Okay, so we need to have documents of what we are doing good in the classroom, and that is the culture of evidence that empowerment evaluators should help to cultivate by asking individuals. That's why in accreditation, as one of the empowerment evaluation example, we are asked questions. There are focus group interviews and individual interviews that happen during evaluation because they need evidences to compare what we say and what is in the document. The next is number 3, cycles of reflection and action. So what is this? In empowerment evaluation, these involve ongoing phases of analysis, decision making, and implementation based on evaluation findings. So we should not stop in data collection. We should have a complete phase of analysis or phases of analysis. And with that analysis, we gain perspective to base our decision making. And of course, after that, we should implement the actions that was formulated based on the results of the analysis. So it is a cyclical process. So after we implement, again, we do evaluation if we really did implement what was um, planned in the action planning. Programs are dynamic, not static, and require continual feedback as they change and evolve. So empowerment evaluation is successful with it is institutionalized and becomes a normal part of the planning and management of the program. So that is cycles of reflection and action. So we are aware of this as teachers inside the classroom. We have in some way or another, I believe so, that we have empowerment evaluation going on in our classes. Why? Because we do reflection and action, reflect what we are doing. Is it still effective? It is still efficient? And then do another action again so that we can see improvement as the years go by. So that is cycles of reflection and action. The fourth is community of learners. Empowerment evaluation is driven by a group process. The group learns from each other, serving as their own peer review group, critical friend, resource, and norming mechanism. Individual members of the group hold each other accountable concerning progress toward stated goals. So you should collaborate, be cooperative, be open to your critical friend, be also a resource if there are questions that arise from your co-evaluator. So in the empowerment evaluation process, you who are evaluators during the that process are community of learners. You learn from each other, you learn from the process, and you learn from the results of your evaluation. Finally, we have reflective practitioners. So how do we see ourselves as evaluators? So we also are reflective practitioners. We use data to inform our decisions and actions concerning our daily activities. This produces a self-aware and self-actualized individual who has the capacity to apply this worldview to all aspects of their life. As individuals develop and enhance their own capacity, they improve the quality of the group's exchange, deliberation, and action plans. So since um, empowerment evaluation provide tools for self-determination and sustainability, each one who are involved in evaluation are reflective practitioners. They learn from what they are doing and they will strive to apply it in their daily activities. While reading some of the articles about evaluation, empowerment evaluation, there are many ways in which to implement an empowerment evaluation. So, in the sample studies also, it depends upon how researchers or evaluators interpret some of the models or samples as they try to do it in their own context. So there are many ways in which to implement empowerment evaluation. So in fact, empowerment evaluation has accumulated a warehouse of useful tools, and we have the three-step Fetterman by Fetterman 2001, and in 2004 there are also 10 steps in approaching empowerment evaluation developed by Chinman, Im, and Wandersman. However, in this presentation, we will focus on the three-step approach. Includes number one, in helping a group. Number one, establish their mission. So, if you are the one advising for an empowerment evaluation, you can help a group establish. First step is to establish their mission. Second is take stock of their current status. And third, plan for the future. So the popularity of this particular approach is in part a result of its simplicity, effectiveness, and transparency. So it's very easy. First, you establish your mission. You help establish their mission, goals, objectives, what is the role of that evaluation, and then evaluate their current status. What are the evidences that shows their current status, and in line to what they are having now, how can they plan for the future? So let's go over each step one by one. First, establish their mission. The group comes to a consensus concerning their mission or values. So they get to know each other. They uh, they collaborate on what they want to gain out of the evaluation process. And in return, that gives them a shared vision of what's important to them and where they want to go. The empowerment evaluator facilitates this process by asking participants to generate statements that reflect their mission. These phrases are recorded on a poster sheet of paper and may be projected on an LCD projector depending on the technology available. Now we have group chats, and yeah, Rani, if we're doing, we have group chats and we can easily show our outputs, okay? And then I will be showing an example later. These phrases, yeah, these phrases are used to draft a mission statement. These are crafted by a member of the group and the empowerment evaluator. The draft is circulated among the group, and they are asked to approve it and or suggest specific changes in wording as needed. A consensus about the mission statement helps the group think clearly about their self-assessment and plans for the future. It anchors the group in common values. So let me see that you are the evaluator, you're creating a group of evaluators. Okay, so you are called empowerment evaluator, and the group that you are creating also are evaluators, but they will be evaluating. They will be evaluating as member of the group their own program, policy, or whatever system that they are evaluating, that will be evaluated. After coming to a consensus about the mission, the group evaluates their efforts. First, what will they do? The empowerment evaluator helps members of the group generate a list of the most important activities required to accomplish organizational or programmatic goals. As much as possible, they will have it as many as they can. The empowerment evaluator then, after that, give each participant 5 dot stickers and ask the participants to place them by the activities they think are the most important to accomplish their goals. They can put one sticker on 5 different activities, or they can place all 5 dot stickers in one activity if they are concerned that that activity is so important and maybe it will not get enough votes if they will not give all the 5 dots that they have. The top 10 items with the most dots represent the results of the prioritization part of taking stock. The 10 activities represent the heart of part 2 of taking stock. So part 2 of taking stock is rating. So what will happen when they do, or when the evaluator do the rating, or the group do the rating? The empowerment evaluator asks participants in the group to rate how well they are doing concerning each of the activities selected using a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being the low and 10 being the highest. Then, after that, the columns are averaged horizontally and vertically. So what is the function of the vertical average? The group can see who is typically optimistic and or pessimistic. In turn, that helps the group calibrate or evaluate the ratings and opinions of each individual member. So they can discuss why or how it happened. It helps the group establish norms. For horizontal average, it provides the group with a consolidated view of how well things are going. So the empowerment evaluator facilitates a discussion and dialogue about the ratings, asking participants why they gave a certain activity a 3 or a 7 or whatever number of dots that they give, or the rating, sorry, the rating from 1 to 10, why they are giving such number. So the dialogue, that dialogue about the ratings is one of the most important parts of the process. In addition to clarifying issues, evidence is used to support viewpoints, and sacred cows are surfaced and examined during dialogue. Moreover, the process of specifying the reason or evidence for a rating provides the group with a more efficient and focused manner of identifying what needs to be done next during the planning for the future step of the process. Instead of generating an unwieldy list of strategies and solutions that may or may not be relevant to the issues at hand, the group can focus its energies on the specific concerns and reasons for a low rating that were raised in the dialogue or exchange. So many evaluations conclude at the taking stock phase. However, taking stock is a baseline and a launching off point for the rest of the evaluation. After the rating phase and discussing programmatic activities, it is important to do something about the findings. So what are the findings? It is time to plan for the future. This step involves generating goals, strategies, and credible evidence to determine if the strategies are being implemented and if they are effective. The goals are directly related to the activity selected in the taking stock step. For example, if communication was selected, rated, and discussed, then communication or improving communication should be one of the goals. The strategies emerge from the taking stock discussion as well as noted earlier. For example, if communication received a low rating and one of the reasons was because the group never had agendas for their meetings, then preparing agendas might become a recommended strategy in the planning for the future exercise. So that's why taking stock, step number 2, is the baseline for making actions or planning for the future. So I'm sorry if this comes at the bottom part. So background of the model, empowerment evaluation is developed by or proposed by David Fetterman. He developed empowerment evaluation, and it was stipulated that although it can be applied to individuals, organizations, communities, and societies or cultures, the focus of empowerment evaluation is on programs. Fetterman go on differentiating traditional evaluation and empowerment evaluation. So traditional evaluation, it is done externally, and also there are expert evaluator, dependency, and independent judgment. However, in the empowerment evaluation that is done internally, so with the presence of the empowerment evaluator, there will be groups that will be helping. So as participants, members of the groups, they are also evaluating themselves and the program. And then any external evaluator is a coach or a critical friend. And then self-determination and capacity building. So that is the reason why we are doing empowerment evaluation. It's not only for the group to be dependent on something, but it also identifying the strength that you have within yourself as a member of that evaluation group. Then collaborative judgment. So when you plan for the future, when you rate for the activities that you need to do, you are doing it not independently but collaboratively in the empowerment evaluation. So here are the benefits and limitations of empowerment evaluation. Benefits include the people concerned decide how they will gather evidence or evaluate. The second, the organization builds capacity and capability in the process so they can do the work themselves in the future. So those are the benefits of using empowerment evaluation. The limitation is its reliance on self-study. Sometimes a a member or members of the group for that empowerment evaluation relies more on their self study and not on the experts or other scholars. Second, potential lack of rigor and integrity of pseudo-evaluation. Third, difficulty distinguishing empowerment evaluation from other participatory approaches. That is true because the streams that we have mentioned earlier are also part of participatory approaches. And then participatory evaluation, and lastly limited evidence of the success of the approach. So that is the limitation, or those are the benefits and limitations of empowerment evaluation. So there are areas where issues in empowerment evaluation are seen or visible. So a sample of issues concerning the use of empowerment evaluation is presented in this table, and they range from the locus of control to the audience for empowerment evaluation and are briefly discussed here in the table, and also I'll be sharing some inputs. So number 1 is empowerment. The issues or misconception here. People empower themselves. A common misconception about empowerment evaluation is that it empowers either individuals or groups. The fact is, empowerment evaluation can't empower anyone. Empowerment evaluation simply provides the tools and environment conducive to empowering oneself. Okay? Then number 2, objectivity and advocacy. Empowerment evaluation is transparent, brings bias to the surface, and generates meaningful data to inform decision making. These findings are used by staff, community members, and other relevant parties to advocate for their programs or communities as data merit. Third, Consumer focus. Consumers, like community members, program staff, and participants, are the driving force or focus in empowerment evaluation. However, evaluators and donors remain an integral part of empowerment evaluation. Uh, Number four, internal versus external evaluation. Empowerment evaluation, like is internal evaluation, and traditional forms of evaluation, typically external evaluation, can be mutually reinforcing. They're not mutually exclusive. However, external evaluation should be rooted in internal concerns. Otherwise, they may divert program staff, participants, and resources from the most relevant issues given the organization's stage of development. So they should be reinforcing each other. Yeah, so that is what it is stated here in number four. Number five is purpose. Empowerment evaluation's most significant contribution is to program or community development. However, that is the misconception. It makes a strong contribution to accountability by cultivating internal accountability. This contribution remains long after an episodic and often anticipated in external examination. Number six is bias. Empowerment evaluations are typically more critical of their own programs than external examinations, which are often influenced by their interest in returning for a follow-up or extended engagement. So, empowerment evaluations provide people with a window of opportunity to address long-standing issues of dysfunction and inefficiency in their own organization. In addition, the process is inclusive and transparent, open to critique and review, and makes it difficult to keep people from publicly speaking their truth. Number seven, outcomes. Empowerment evaluations are highly collaborative and participatory in nature. However, the bottom line remains. Did you accomplish the desired results? Empowerment evaluations are conducted within the context of what people are already being held accountable for in their communities or workplaces. This makes the entire process more credible and authentic. And finally, audience. Empowerment evaluators believe that everyone can benefit from being more empowered. Although much of empowerment evaluation's focus has been on disenfranchised populations, empowerment evaluators assume all people can benefit from taking greater control of their lives, particularly from a positive psychological growth perspective. So here are examples of empowerment evaluation in research. So one here is entitled Teachers Development Model to Authentic Assessment by Empowerment Evaluation Approach. The link is given in the bottom right side of the slide, and the methodology of this research is divided into four periods, and I have snipped it from the original a file. So the first period comprised survey of authentic assessment studies to form a database for teachers development model. The second period was the teachers development model through authentic assessment by empowerment evaluation approach. The third period was the experiment of teachers development model, and the fourth period was evaluation of teachers development model. So this is how empowerment evaluation is used in this research. The next example will be in the next slide. So the next example, I got this as a PDF file, though originally it is given as a PowerPoint presentation. So it is entitled Using Empowerment Evaluation to Improve Community-Based Programs. So the lecturer was Dr. June Lenny in Brisbane, September 14, 2005. So here is the example of part 1 of taking stock, the one that you are given from the first, for the first phase when you develop your mission. So here are the possible mission contributed by each member of the group, and then the second part is Step 2, taking stock. So you will be given dot stickers, so you put it in each of the activity. And then on the third step, you have this planning for the future, goals, strategies, and evidences. And this is how you do the rating. So horizontally and vertically, you are rating it, and those are the things that you will be discussing throughout the step 2 of empowerment evaluation in research. So I hope this input can help us find a research problem or a program that can be evaluated through empowerment evaluation. Thank you very much for listening, watching, and learning from this presentation. God bless you.